Hi guys, this is Sadik from Debugging.com, and in this video, we'll show you how to install the latest OrangeFox Recovery on OnePlus 8, OnePlus 8 Pro, 8T and 9R, which is running the latest Android 13 build. So with that in mind, let's get started. First off, please take a backup of all the data on your phone just to be on the safer side, and make sure that your phone is running the latest Android 13. If it's not running Android 13, then also it's not an issue. We also have the build for Android 12 or CNOS 12 and all such build as well. So even if it's not running Android 13, it's not an issue because you could download all the versions of the file, as you could see from here, of CNOS 12 as well, and even Android 11 ROM. So that's not an issue. Just take a backup of all the data on your phone, and once that is done, let's get started. First and foremost, I will recommend you to take a backup of the stock recovery which is installed onto your phone. This is because if something goes wrong, then you could easily flash the stock recovery and things will be back up and running. So with that said, let me show you how to take a backup of the current stock recovery. There are quite a few ways of doing so. First off, you could either use the MSM tool readback mode. The guide is for the Boot.img, but you have to follow the same steps for the Recovery.img. This will extract the exact same Recovery.img which is currently installed onto your phone. So you could refer to my guide or the video and extract the Recovery.img file from the phone. It will extract the same which is currently there onto your phone. Or you could also use the Fastboot enhance tool. So in that, you could download the tool from my guide. Let me show you. This is my guide. So download the tool and extract them onto your PC. So extract the tool onto your PC, then download the Fastboot ROM for your phone and copy the payload.bin file from the Fastboot ROM, and then place the bin file inside the Fastboot enhance folder. Yes, regarding this, please keep in mind that you are downloading the same ROM which is currently installed onto your phone. For that, you could go to about device, then go to version and check out the build number. Make sure to download the same Fastboot ROM which is currently installed onto your phone, which correspond to this build number. In case of MSM tool, this is not required because MSM tool automatically extracts the same version. But if you're using the Fastboot enhance tool, then make sure to download the same build number which is currently there onto your phone. Once that is done, extract the zip file and you will get a payload bin file. So move the payload.bin file inside the Fastboot enhance folder, and now let's launch the Fastboot enhance tool. So then go to payload dumper and click on browse. Now you have to select the payload.bin file and click on open. It will take a few seconds. Now go to partitions, and now you have to select the recovery partition and checkmark allow incremental, then click on extract image. Now choose a location. So let's choose desktop, and it will now extract the stock recovery file onto the desktop. So at the end of the video, I'll also show you if something goes wrong, then how we could flash the stock recovery and bring our device back from dead, and it will fix the recovery partition. So this is the stock recovery which we have got. As of now, let's leave it here only and move ahead with the rest of the guide. So moving on, your first course of action is to install the Android SDK platform tools. This is the official ADB binary given by Google and is required to execute ADB command. So download it from the link given in my guide and extract them onto your PC. You could extract them anywhere you want. I have done the extraction in E drive. So as you could see, these are the files of the platform tools. Once that is done, your next course of action is to enable USB debugging and OEM unlocking. USB debugging is required to execute ADB command, whereas OEM unlocking is required to unlock the bootloader on your phone. So let's now carry out both this task. For that, go to settings menu on your phone. Then you have to go to about device, then go to version and tap on build number 7 times. You will get a prompt that you are a developer. So now go back, again go back, go to additional settings, and you should now see developer option. Go there and enable the toggle next to OEM unlocking as well as USB debugging. Let me do that and show you. You will get a prompt on your phone. Tap on OK. You might get an RSA key fingerprint prompt. So tap on OK or allow in that prompt as well. Once that is done, expand the notification section and make sure that the system UI is selected as transferring file transfer. It should not be charging only, it should be file transfer. Once you have made this selection and you have enabled debugging and OEM unlocking, let's now verify the debugging connection. So go to platform tools folder address bar. Let me open the platform tools folder. So go there and go to its address bar, then type in CMD and hit enter. This will launch the command prompt window inside platform tools folder. Now type in ADB devices and make sure that you are getting a serial ID. If you are not getting any ID, Then unplug and replug your phone from the PC. Disable and re-enable USB debugging. Tap on revoke USB debugging. Use the official cable that came with your phone and use the USB 2.0 port on your PC. So carry out this USB tweaks and make sure that you are getting this ID. Once you are getting this ID, your next course of action is to unlock the bootloader on your phone. Do note that doing so will wipe off all the data and it might make the warranty null and void. If that's well and good, you could refer to my guide. The steps are same for all the OnePlus phones. So all you have to do is simply boot your phone to fastboot mode. I'll show you that as well, how you could do that. And once you are in the fastboot mode, just type in the command of fastboot flashing unlock. You will get a prompt on your phone. Use the volume key to select unlock the bootloader and press the power key to confirm. Your phone will undergo a reset and then the bootloader will be unlocked. Once that is done, your phone will boot to the OS. So once it booted to the OS, make sure to re-enable USB debugging on your phone. Moving on, once you have re-enabled USB debugging and unlocked the bootloader, you could now download the recovery file from here. So this is the Oxygen OS 13 base, and for Android 13 ROM, there are a few custom ROM which are Oxygen OS 12 base, but have some features of Android 13 as well. In that case, you could use these ROM. So I've listed all the ROM version here. As of now, I'm using the Oxygen OS 13.1 based on Android 13. So I will be downloading this recovery. So open this link and you could verify all the issues from here itself. So as of now, the Fastboot D mode is not working with this recovery. It's the Fastboot D and not the Fastboot. The Fastboot mode is working well and good. The only issue is with Fastboot D. Thankfully, when it comes to custom recovery, you will not have to interact with the Fastboot D mode as such. The Fastboot D mode is usually used when we are dealing with Fastboot command, and in case of a custom recovery, we don't have to use Fastboot D mode that much, so it's not a cause of concern. Anyways, download the recovery file. Only the IMG file will do. If you want, you may download the zip file. I'll also show you how to use the zip file, but simply having the IMG file will also work. So anyways, let me download both the files because I'll show you both the steps. So with this, I have got the IMG and the zip file in the downloads folder. So let me show you. This is the IMG file and this is the zip file. So as of now, we have got both the files, and I will recommend you to transfer both the files first off onto your phone as well. So let me transfer it onto my phone. It will take a few seconds. Likewise, I will also recommend you to transfer the IMG file inside the platform tools folder on your PC. So inside the platform tools, only the IMG file is required. Well, in fact, throughout the guide, we only need the IMG file. I am just using the zip file to show you one more method to flash. That is why I'm using the zip file. So as of now, on your phone, make sure to transfer both the IMG and the zip file. But inside the platform tools folder, only the IMG file will do. So with that said, your next course of action is to boot your phone to fastboot mode. So let's do that as well. So open CMD window inside platform tools folder and now type in ADB, reboot, bootloader and hit enter. And your phone will now boot to fastboot mode. It will take around 7 to 8 seconds. So let's just wait for the time frame and then we'll proceed ahead. Do note that all the OnePlus 8, 8 Pro, 8T and 9R, all these 4 phones have a recovery partition. So we'll easily using the recovery partition only. We will not be using the boot partition because these phones have their own recovery partition. But that said, make sure that the device state is showing as unlocked. This signifies that the bootloader has been unlocked. Moving ahead, now type in fastboot devices and hit enter and make sure that you are getting a serial ID. If you're not getting any ID, then you will have to install fastboot drivers. For that, you could refer to my guide and make sure to install the fastboot drivers. Likewise, use the Windows X shortcut keys and choose device manager. Then expand the Android phone section and make sure that your phone is being shown as Android bootloader interface. This, as well as the serial ID, signifies that your phone is booted in the fastboot mode and you could now proceed ahead. So moving on, our next course of action should be, for the ease of convenience, let's rename the file to something shorter. So let's just rename it to OrangeFox OF and the complete name becomes OF.img. So let's now boot our phone using this recovery. It's always recommended to temporarily boot your phone to the recovery, and if everything is working well and good, you could then flash it permanently. But first, always use the boot command. So always use fastboot, boot and the name of the recovery file, which is OF.img, and hit enter, and our phone will now boot to the OrangeFox recovery. do note that you should always use the boot command and never use the fastboot flash command, because in case something is wrong with the recovery file, then it will end up corrupting the recovery partition. But in case you have used the boot command and something is wrong with the recovery file, then upon a subsequent reboot, the corrupt recovery will be replaced by the stock recovery and the issue will be fixed. Anyways, with that said, as you could see, we have used the boot command and our phone has now booted to the OrangeFox Recovery. So this signifies that everything is working well and good with the recovery. With that said, let's now make the recovery permanent. There exist 3 methods, out of which the first method is by going to the file section, and from here you just have to select the zip file and perform a right swipe to flash it. I don't opt for this method. Let me show you the second method. The second is by using the img file and then select the recovery partition and checkmark flash to both slots and then perform a right swipe to flash it. Again, I also don't use this method. I use the third method, which is quite lengthy but is the most fail-safe approach of using. So just to repeat, the first one is using by flashing the recovery zip file. The second one is by flashing the recovery img file in the recovery partition and checkmarking flash to both slots. But I will use a third method, which is by using the fastboot command method. So for that, you have to go to the hamburger menu, then tap on reboot and select bootloader. Do keep in mind that bootloader stands for fastboot and fastboot actually stands for fastboot D, which is currently not working. But the fastboot mode is working. So in other words, the bootloader is currently working. So tap on bootloader and your phone should now reboot to the fastboot mode. So as of now, we have verified that the recovery is working well and good. So we could now flash the recovery file onto our phone. So type in fastboot flash recovery and the name of the file. So here by flash, we mean that we are permanently flashing the recovery in the recovery partition because our phone has a recovery partition, and this is the name of the recovery file. So type in this command and hit enter, and the recovery file will now be permanently flashed onto our phone. It will take only a few seconds. Once that is done, let's now boot our phone to the recovery mode. So type in fastboot reboot recovery and hit enter, and our phone should now reboot to the OrangeFox Recovery. If in case something goes wrong and your phone is stuck in a boot loop or in a fastboot mode, then please skip to the end of the video. In the end, I will show you how to rectify and fix all these issues. However, if everything is working well and good, then your phone should now boot to the OrangeFox Recovery. So as you could see, our phone is now booted to OrangeFox. So this signifies that the recovery has been flashed permanently. Now before moving ahead, you will once again have to boot your phone to the recovery mode. So go to reboot and select recovery, and with this our phone should now reboot to the OrangeFox Recovery. And when that happens, we could put a stamp of authority that the recovery has been flashed permanently, and then you could flash any file of your choice. So regarding this, I will show you. Let's flash the Magisk file, and with this we could verify if the recovery is working well and good or not. So as of now, I'll show you how to root your phone via OrangeFox, and we will also verify if the OrangeFox is working or not. So for the sake of reference, I'm using Magisk. So you could refer to my guide and download the Magisk APK file. There is no need for the zip file. Simply you could use the APK file and your job will be done. So at the time of recording, the version 26.1 is the latest one. So you could download it from here directly, and this is the official changelog. So download the APK file and then you have to simply transfer the APK file onto your phone. So as of now, your phone should be visible here, as you could see. However, if in case your phone is not visible here, then you could also use the ADB push method. So let me show you how to transfer the file using ADB push. So for that, let me first remove the Magisk file from my phone, and I will now once again transfer the Magisk APK file. So for that, you have to download the APK file, and once you have got the APK file, simply transfer the Magisk APK file inside the platform tools folder on your PC. So let me show you that. So place the Magisk APK file in the platform tools folder, and now I will transfer this file onto my PC, onto my phone. So for the ease of convenience, let me rename the Magisk file to something shorter. So let's just rename it to Magisk, and now we could transfer the file easily. So just type in ADB push and magisk.apk space / and SD card and hit enter. This will transfer the Magisk file onto our phone, and let me verify that. So as you could see, we have got the Magisk APK file. So you could either use the zip or APK. Currently I'm using the Magisk APK file. So let me flash the APK file via OrangeFox. And the flashing will now start of Magisk. So let's just verify if the flashing is done or not. So the flashing has been going on successfully. So this signifies that the OrangeFox is working well and good. Now that we have flashed Magisk, let's go ahead and complete the routing step as well. It will only take a couple of minutes. So let's just complete the routing as well. So as of now, we have flashed the Magisk and the Magisk has been flashed in the backend. You could now type on reboot system. So as I was saying, the Magisk has now been flashed in the backend, but in the front end, there might still be no app to interact with. So you will now have to install the Magisk app as well. That's why we are only using the APK file, because the APK file could be flashed via recovery as well. And then we could also install the APK in the front end. So our phone should now boot to the OS. And this is just the additional part that I am doing. I am just showing you how to root as well. So once you have flashed the APK file, now go ahead and open the file manager app of your choice. And from within that, you will now have to simply install the APK file, the Magisk APK. So simply install it. And once that is done, tap on open. And let's just wait for a few. So if you are seeing icons such as this, so it's an shell icon. So we'll once again have to install the APK file. That's not an issue. This time you will get an update option. So type on update. And now tap on open. The app will now launch and you will get and require additional setup. Tap on OK. If you don't get any prompt, then simply tap on install next to Magisk and select direct install. If you are getting a prompt, then also tap on OK, then select direct install and now type on let's go. And this time around, we will obtain permanent root. As you can see, it has flashed the new Boot.img. Now tap on reboot and our phone should now reboot to the rooted OS. Do note that rooting is not compulsory and rooting has nothing to do with OrangeFox. I am just showing you this step to verify if the OrangeFox is working or not. So as of now, as you could see, we have easily flashed the OrangeFox, the Magisk APK file and the zip file using the OrangeFox. So this signifies that the recovery is working well and good. And I am just going ahead and doing a root to verify the entire process. So it will now just take a few seconds. So as of now, our phone is now booted. Every time you see this pop up, please always select file transfer, because otherwise you might not be able to use the ADB command. With that said, let me now launch the Magisk app, and as you could see, we are now getting the version number. So Magisk has now been installed. Let's verify by the root checker app as well. You could install the app from Play Store. Now type on verify root, and as you could see, we are getting a prompt. So type on grant and you could see we have now obtained root. So with this, we have installed the OrangeFox Recovery as well. And then we have flashed the Magisk file as well, which signifies that everything is working well and good. And likewise, we have obtained root as well. Now comes the final part. If in case your phone ends up in a boot loop or is stuck in a fastboot mode, then it will get stuck during this process. And this signifies that something was wrong with the Recovery.img file. That is why first off, I always recommend you to use the boot command. But if for some reason you have used the recovery command and you are stuck in a fastboot or a boot loop state, then there's nothing to worry. You just have to flash the stock recovery file. Just keep in mind, as I have told you in the beginning, the recovery should be of the same build number which is installed onto your phone. So if that's well and good, then let me first boot my phone to the fastboot mode. And in the meantime, as we have done initially, we have used the Fastboot Enhance tool to extract the recovery file. It's the stock recovery. So at that point in time, I extracted the recovery file on the desktop. So now you have to simply transfer this stock recovery file inside the platform tools folder on your PC. So once that is done, let me show you that as well. So transfer the recovery file over here. So and as of now, your phone might be stuck in a fastboot or a boot loop state. So let's now boot our phone to fastboot mode. But before that, let me once again verify from the OS that we have in fact installed the OrangeFox Recovery. So type in ADB reboot recovery and hit enter, and our phone should as of now boot to the OrangeFox Recovery. So this will signify that the recovery has been flashed permanently and we could now proceed ahead. So just let me verify that as well. So as of now, our phone should boot to the OrangeFox Recovery, and it will take around 5 to 8 seconds at the very max. So as you could see, it's booting. So this signifies that our process stands complete. And now I will start with the last section, that is how to fix the issue if your phone is stuck in a boot loop. So at that point in time, it will either be stuck in a fastboot mode or it will be in a boot loop. If it's in a boot loop, then you have to use the hardware key combination. First off, long press the power key to power off your phone, then use the volume and power keys to boot your phone to fastboot mode. And once it's in the fastboot mode, you could now have to simply flash the stock Recovery.img file to remove the OrangeFox and get back to the stock recovery. Again, I am repeating, it's the same recovery which was installed onto our phone, and it should correspond to the build number of your phone. With that said, let's now flash this recovery and it will fix all the recovery issues. So for that, you just have to type in fastboot flash recovery. This time you will have to directly flash it. So type in fastboot flash recovery and the name of the file, which is recovery.img. So it will now replace the corrupt OrangeFox recovery on the recovery partition with the stock recovery. And once that is done, you could now restart your phone. So type in fastboot reboot, and this time around your phone should now reboot to the OS. So let me show you that as well. And once our phone gets booted to the OS, this signifies that the recovery partition has been successfully fixed. But as of now, your recovery partition will have the stock recovery and not the OrangeFox. So you could once again carry out this process and then reflash the correct OrangeFox recovery, and with this your task would stand complete. So guys, on that note, I round off this video. If you have any queries, do let me know in the comment section. And guys, please like this video and subscribe to the channel for more tips and tricks. Thanks a lot for watching.